Thanks for the 3,000 likes in the previous video. I hope that this video will also reach 3,000 likes. And thanks to everyone for supporting the channel. Priscilla added, as you can see, the main quest was all about resisting the temptation of the illusion. The hidden sub-quest was the challenge of committing suicide without hesitation. One player inquired, "What? Committing suicide was a sub-quest?" Another said, "Ah, you mean that wasn't the main scenario? For heaven's sake, how are we supposed to commit suicide in such a messed-up situation?" One said, "This quest is insane. Who can commit suicide without a second thought?" And players voiced their discontent. Then Priscilla said angrily, "Seems like some people here are ready to explode." When Priscilla shifted her demeanor to seriousness, the crowd fell silent, as if she had poured a bucket of cold water on them. And with a mischievous grin, Priscilla added, "But don't fret, I won't be taking anyone's life. I'm in quite a good mood right now." Then a results window appeared in front of everyone's eyes. Round 7 results. Entire area. First, Black Scythe, level 54 Reaper, 1 second. Chrissy, level 27 Priest, 5 seconds. Third, Heavenly Demon, level 29 Dark Knight, 6 seconds. Specific area C2ESKA003. First, Black Scythe, level 54 Reaper, 1 second. And Sang Cheol, level 34 Knight, 18 seconds. Third, SEORN, level 34 Summoner, 24 seconds. Upon seeing the results window, everyone voiced their dissatisfaction, and one player said, "Black Scythe is in first place." Again, another said, "Even when it's not about strength, does he have an incredibly strong willpower?" Then one shouted, "Look at that! He resisted temptation in just 1 second. He's not an ordinary human." While some players grumbled and shook their heads in disbelief, Priscilla, staring at the results window, seemed elated and said to herself, "I can't believe it. I actually won this, and it's thanks to Black Scythe." Because of her joy of claiming the throne, Priscilla had momentarily forgotten about distributing rewards. Ryu said, "Angel, the first place reward hasn't been received yet." She said, "Oh, that's right. I apologize, Black Scythe." The angel, in an uncommon display of humility, apologized to a human, and reward messages appeared. "Congratulations, you've achieved the quest in first place within this specific area. Congratulations, you've achieved the quest in first place across the entire area." At present, Black Scythe holds the first position both in the entire area and this specific area. As the first place within this specific area, you'll receive a random selection voucher. As the first place in the overall area ranking, you'll receive a special reward selection box. As these messages streamed in, the rewards didn't end there. As a sub-quest reward, you'll receive the Rune of Mental Barrier. The acquired rune will automatically be imprinted onto the player's body. Ryu smiled and said, "Now I've finally obtained it." Then the information window appeared. Rune of Mental Barrier. Effect: immunity to all mental attacks. Ryu added, "Now I can stand up to Yamti with this." And the reason for the system's delay in granting the rune until the end became clear. Because if he had received it earlier, the player might not have been able to participate in the mission, the temptation test. Then Ryu meticulously examined the rewards that had just come in. Until now, first-place rewards for specific areas had been equipment items, but this time, it was a lottery selection voucher. And when Ryu used it, the system message appeared. "You have the option to choose from the following rewards in the next random draw. Please select your desired reward. 1. Random gold pouch. 2nd, intermediate magic stone draw ticket. 3. Surprise potion box." Ryu said to himself, "It seems like there's not much choice here, and my magic stones are already at the highest level, and I have an abundance of gold. There's only one thing worth picking. Number 3. I'll go with the surprise potion box. In fact, it's scheduled to appear in round 8, but there are consumable items known as potions. These potions can heal wounds or provide various buff effects when consumed, much like in a video game. They come in various types, and there are 3 ways to obtain these potions: by becoming an alchemist, a unique class, by defeating boss-level monsters that appear after round 8, and finally, NPCs, or beings from another realm. As you can either purchase these potions from beings from another realm or acquire them as rewards. The rounds in which these otherworldly beings start appearing begin with round 8. Then Ryu added, "Players will probably be taken aback. They've been encountering monsters who can't speak, and suddenly they'll meet otherworldly beings they can converse with." And Ryu still remembered his initial confusion upon discovering the existence of these otherworldly beings. What added to the perplexity was the difficulty in discerning whether they were humans or NPCs. In any case, Starting from round 8, with the appearance of these otherworldly beings, Ryu could utilize his titles. He also needed to acquire the 2 runes he had set his sights on, the Rune of Future Sight and the Rune of Durability. Moreover, round 8 provided an excellent opportunity for leveling up. It is likely that some players would reach level 40, but Ryu will probably aim for level 60. Then Ryu's gaze shifted to the last remaining special reward selection box. You have the option to choose from the following special rewards. Please select your desired reward. 1. Triple experience buff, limited to round 8. 2. 20,000 gold. 3. Information on round 8. Without hesitation, Ryu chose option number 1, because the next round was ideal for gaining experience. And with evil smile, Priscilla said, "Now everyone, have you all checked your rewards? Then let's have our moment of dissolution. Humans who didn't make it into the top ranks and those who couldn't resist temptation within the time limit, farewell." Without even a chance to make excuses, half of the players turned into dust and disappeared. Then Priscilla added, "And as I mentioned earlier, we decided to select the player who cleared the mission the fastest as the zone representative. As you all know, as expected, the unified zone representative is this person." At that moment, the system message appeared. Player Black Scythe has become the new zone representative of C2ESKA003. The players nodded in agreement with the message announcing the representative. It was a fair result with no room for objection. Priscilla continued, "As promised, we will now provide the rewards to Black Scythe, the unified zone representative." After a moment, a message Ryu Min had been eagerly waiting for appeared in his eyes. The authority of the temporary skill Dominion will change. From now on, you can use the Dominion skill once in the real world. The authority will immediately be nullified if the zone representative is dethroned. At long last, Ryu has obtained the one thing he desired most, the ability to use Dominion in the realm of reality. And this means having the power to manipulate someone entirely as desired. A sly grin curled on Ryu's lips as the angels eyed him, and he said to himself, "I've already chosen who I'll use it on." On the other hand, the 9 angels, defeated in the bet, looked frustrated. One inquired, "How could that Black Scythe clinch the top spot again this time?" Another said, "How does that human manage to stay in first place all the time? Is it possible that the missions have been leaked?" They wanted to pop his head like a balloon right then and there, but regrettably they had already used their abilities early on, and perhaps 90% of the angels were now devoid of such powers. At that moment, Priscilla approached with a smile, causing the angels to hunch over like drenched puppies, and she laughed and asked, "Why do you all wear such pouty expressions?" One replied, "Oh, no, it's nothing." She inquired, "Does anyone here object to me becoming the king?" They replied, "No. Priscilla is the king now." Then one asked, "What does our Priscilla want to do now? Who will you entrust with the guidance?" She replied, wait, before answering the questions. At that moment, Priscilla's gaze turned chilly and said, "Kneel before me, all of you." On the other hand, the ending window appeared in front of the players. Round 7 comes to a close. Entire area. Survivors, 3,463,533. Specific area C2ESK, a 003. Survivors, 2,461. In a moment, your soul will return to your original dimension. Round 8 will commence at midnight on August 1, 2022. See you in the next round. Congratulations on your survival. As soon as Heavenly Demon returned, his first action was to survey his surroundings, and he asked himself, "Is it the hotel? Could this possibly be another illusion?" Just to be safe, he even made a phone call, and he asked the bodyguard and team leader, "Have you returned safely?" The bodyguard replied, "Yes, President. Are you safe too?" Heavenly Demon inquired, "Is this the reality right now?" He replied, "Yes, it is reality, President." Heavenly Demon asked, "Are you sure?" The bodyguard said, "I'm certain. The results are there and even a congratulatory message for returning." Heavenly Demon said, "But one never knows, right? Even that could be a meticulously crafted illusion." He said, "Oh, come on, it can't be. Oh, wait a minute. What if it truly is?" Listening to the president's words, the bodyguard suddenly felt a sense of unease. Heavenly Demon added, "For now, come to my room." The bodyguard said, "All right." After that, he said to himself, "Have I genuinely returned to reality? Was what I saw merely an illusion?" In fact, he had suffered so much mental anguish, and the memory of his brothers pressuring him to commit suicide on the rooftop flashed in his mind. It was an illusion he never wished to experience again. Then he inquired, "Could it be that I didn't see an illusion, but rather glimpsed the future?" Thinking of it as something that would occur in the future made him even more anxious, and he resolved to grow the company quickly and gain his father's approval. After some time, the bodyguard arrived, bowed respectfully, and asked, "President, are you okay?" Heavenly Demon replied, I'm fine. I've been in the illusion for so long that distinguishing it from reality is a bit challenging for now. The bodyguard inquired, "What kind of illusion did you see that made you?" Heavenly Demon only drank his whiskey in silence. Realizing his mistake, the bodyguard lowered his head again and said, "I'm sorry. I said something unnecessary." Heavenly Demon said, "I'll just consider it a bad dream." "But Team Leader An, are you okay?" he said. "Ah, I'm okay." Heavenly Demon asked, "What kind of illusion did you see?" He couldn't bring himself to say it, and only said, "Well, it's just a dark story." Heavenly Demon added, "Well, I suppose everyone feels that way, and it feels dirty to be alive." But he suddenly thought of someone, and asked, "Did the prophet also survive the illusion?" The bodyguard responded, "Well, I thought you might be curious, so I called while heading this way, and he's indeed alive." Heavenly Demon said, "Is that so? I mean, the person who was warned not to be ensnared by temptation wouldn't have died, right?" But suddenly doubt crept in, and said, "But it's strange. If he knew that breaking free from temptation was the strategy, shouldn't the prophet have secured the first position in the entire area?" The bodyguard said, "Oh, that makes sense. But there was no nickname resembling the prophet in the calculation results." As always, the Black Scythe claimed the top spot in the entire area. Second was the fiancé, and third was himself. While they didn't know the prophet's nickname, it was clear he wasn't among the top ranks. Then he said, "If he was truly the prophet, he should have resisted temptation immediately. Did he deliberately delay their clear?" The bodyguard admitted, "I don't understand. It was a perplexing issue, but they were unaware of a critical fact. If someone recognizes that it's an illusion, the entire progression becomes impossible, including the notion that the prophet survived." Heavenly Demon decided to leave it for now and said, "Well, we'll find out when we meet later." And he added, "Rest well, Team Leader An." The bodyguard replied, "Thank you, President." As the bodyguard exited, Heavenly Demon lay on the bed. The mental shock was considerable. He desired sleep, but found his eyes wide open. That night, Heavenly Demon stayed awake, fearing a potential nightmare. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and support the channel financially.